everybody. Today we are doing a video I'm calling my 5 favorite Pilates exercises. Last week I did a 5 favorite resistant band exercise video and that got a positive response. So this will be a short one, but I wanted to give you my 5, what I feel is my 5 most effective and favorite postures to teach. So you'll need a mat today and some space to lay out. I'm just going to scoot this a little bit here and away from my nose. If you have ever been told by a physician, medical professional to not take part in Pilates or exercises, I would refrain from this video. If you are ready to start, we're just going to warm up a little bit and then we're going to get on our mat and do a little bit of Pilates. Start with your feet nice and wide, knees soft, just some plie and arm sweeps up and back down. Inhale, rise and lower. 3 more. Open up the knees, push up from the ground. 1 more time, hold your arms up, lifting up, and we're going to take the right toe, turn it out on an angle, cartwheel the hands down, so you're coming into a lunge. Lift your back heel up, lift your chest, finding a nice stretch through that back hip flexor. And walk your hands onto the mat or forward, wide-legged forward fold. You can soften those knees just a bit. And we're going to take our lunge to the opposite side of the room. So walk your fingertips and left toes out, lift your right heel, bend the knee. Pilates uses a lot of muscles of the core, including the hip flexors, so we're trying to stretch those out right here. Back into wide-legged forward fold. My mat's still not super straight. There we go. And we're about to come down onto our mat. So walk your hands forward, come down onto knees, and sit down on your mat. Does not matter which way you face. We're going to warm up the abs with something I call scoops. I like doing these because I want to keep my feet grounded. It warms up my abdominal area and you get pretty good feedback from the rest of your body about your abdominal strength, where it lies at. So when we scoop down, arms are out, shoulders are back. You nod your chin, hollow the belly, and roll down. Now where do you roll down to? Well, that depends. If your feet start to lift off the floor, that means you've gone too far. And then roll yourself up, lift your chest. So that's what I meant about your body will give you feedback. Let's roll down. Because if your feet fly up or you fall backwards, don't go down quite as far. Rolling up. Ready, 2 more times. Rolling down, hollow the belly, and lift up, lift the chest. One more time, rolling down, belly to spine, and lift up, and hands by your side. We're coming to the 100. Today I'm going to do a stylized variation of the 100, which is one of my favorite ways to teach it. I just want to let you know that if you need to modify your 100 today, options include keeping your head down, or you could play with your arm placement. Some people like to go palms face up, some people like to go palms face down. We call it the 100 because we pulse our arms 100 times. We inhale for 5 pulses, and then we exhale out the mouth hard for 5 arm pulses. We do a total of 10 rounds of this. So, adding up to 100. To come with me to the stylized variation I'm going to show you, has my knees up 90 degrees in the air. I'm going to tuck my chin to chest and look right ahead at my belly and extend the arms out. Now I start to pump the arms. I go inhale and I push one leg out, and exhale, I change. So follow and ready. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm keeping my chin in and I'm breathing. Inhale, exhale. And I'm really pushing my legs away, squeezing my quad, keeping my shoulder blades off the ground so my abs are active in a crunch. And my legs add lever, creating more work through the tummy. Arms add momentum that I'm bracing against. We're gonna do one more pedal each leg. And then hug in. I usually teach the 100 at the beginning of my Pilates classes after our warm-up as a pre-fatigue for our abdominals. Next exercise is another abdominal one. I call it scissors, and we will start with our legs up. Now, if you need to modify this for a back issue, I would just soften your knees, and instead of grabbing for the calf, you would grab back here for the thigh. If you're coming with me, my legs are going to be as straight as I comfortably can without any strain in the knees, and I'm going to crunch up again. This crunch position in Pilates happens a lot, so if your neck is killing you, keep your head down. If you're coming with me, crunch all the way up, look at your belly button, grab a calf or thigh, pull your knee to the forehead. Okay, follow when ready. We're going to just do 20 slow kicks. I almost exaggerate the crunch through my upper body to let the forehead get a little bit closer to my kneecap. Now, for those of you that are modifying today, it would just be a softer knee, and your hands would be behind the thigh. And this is what it would look like with the head down. About 10 more, and it's a big exhale out. Pilates is very vocal with the breath. It's like you're continually shushing someone. How about 4 more for fun? 3, 2, and 1, and rest. So I like to use the scissor legs, the scissor kicks. You can do a lot of really cool variations with them to add more load to your stomach muscles. We're going to come on to our side. So third favorite Pilates exercise is called the Grand Rond de Jambe. This is part of our side kick series, and we will be laying out on the very back edge of our mat. How I tell my students to line up for this is my elbow, my shoulder or armpit, and my hip all are in a line with the back edge of my mat, and my legs kick out forward on a 45-degree angle. So I'm kind of in a jackknife position. Some people, if their neck hurts in this position, I would tell them to extend their arm and just let their head rest on their bicep. But I personally am more comfortable here, so this is how I show to my students. This top hand comes in front. This keeps you from rocking your hips forward and backward, keeps you balanced. Pilates V position with the feet. Has your heels together, toes apart. We're going to lift the top leg. This is the Rond de Jambe. Tap it forward, lifting back up, and tapping to the rear. So try with me, starting heels together. We're going to do 8 combos, and we're going to go slow. Lifting up, tapping forward. Lifting up, tapping backward. Now sometimes we get this unconscious rocking of the hips or the back. You're trying to stay stacked from shoulder to hip, and you're just moving the one leg. You can tap it pretty far in front of you, but don't tap too far back or else your hips will be out of alignment then. I imagine I'm wearing an ankle weight, and you should be starting to feel your outer portion of your butt. Call that the glute medius. You have one more tap in each direction, and pause. I usually, after a side kick series, would have my students come into a seated twist just to stretch out that butt cheek and that hip that we worked so hard. We'll do a mini one here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Same exact posture series to the other side. So practice alignment. Our mat here gives us some good feedback where to place our spine. And then my legs jackknife forward. I do my Pilates turnout with my toes, heels together, toes apart. Hand is in front to help me stay balanced. Now I still gotta hold in my abs. Even though I'm working outer thigh and glute, I still wanna hold in. I'm gonna lift up, tap front, and you're with me. Up, and tap back. Only 7 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I hope the sound of the garbage truck is not coming through the camera, but if it is, it's garbage day by me. Inhale, exhale. It's also very windy out. It's beautiful outside, but it's too windy for me to film out there. All right, 3 more times. You may notice one side of your body is definitely stronger than the other. 2 more. You want to go fast and get it done, I know, but stay controlled. 1 more time to the front and back. And rolling up. So kick that leg you just worked to the front, rolling up. 2 more series to go. We are going to do our pelvic curls or hip bridges. No Pilates class is complete without doing a little bit of bridging or pelvic curls. I want to explain the difference between the two because Pilates would call a stylized bridge a pelvic curl. If you've ever done in exercise class a reverse curl, if you've ever done that one, there's a little tuck of your tail before you lift your hips up. When we do the pelvic curl, my heels are in close to my butt, just like what they would be with bridge. And here, if you can see I have a little bit of an arc in my back, I want to take that arc out by lifting my tail feather up, imprinting my spine down, and then I'm going to slowly lift up each vertebrae from the bottom all the way to the top, and then I'm going to roll down and reset my pelvis. That's a pelvic curl. Now a bridge, you're not doing that intricate spine articulation, you're just lifting your butt up and down. So that's the difference. But I really like this series and I want to do a pelvic curl. We're going to do 3 pelvic curls and then we're going to play with our bridge so you can feel the difference. Hands down. Let's imprint our spine, tuck our hip sockets up to our ribs, and then roll up like you're lifting up a strand of pearls. And now you're going to roll the strand of pearls down until your tailbone hits, and then you're going to relax the pelvis. You should feel your abs curl in, rolling up. Feel your shoulder blades squeeze into the floor, hands down, rolling towards the mat. And release. We're going to do 1 more time. Tuck, rolling up, rolling low, and reset. So now we're going to play with the bridge. The bridge is just a lift and lower. We're going to do 5 times, just neutral stance right here, heels in line with hips, and then we're going to play with our footing, which I really like to teach in Pilates class. So lift your hips straight up, straight down. Now a lot of times people tell me they don't feel their butt when they do a bridge, and here's why. They only come a little of the way up. You've got to take those hip sockets all the way to the ceiling and then roll down. So you may not be going up high enough if you're not feeling it. Hold back. We're going to play with our footing. Turn your toes out and your knees slightly out. So you're kind of doing a weird little duck walk stance here. We're going to lift our hips up and lower tap down. So this is just hitting a different area of the glutes simply by changing the position of the knees and the toes. 1 more here, hold at the top, roll down slow. We're about to go pigeon-toed. So for this one, turn your toes and knees slightly inward. You feel like you're going to go slightly knock-kneed, but your knees don't necessarily have to touch here. You're going to lift up and down. And just feel the difference in the area of the glute. That's the butt that's getting targeted. 2 more. 2 and 1, and rest, knees to chest. Our final exercise that I'm going to show of the day, this is a pretty simple one. It's called spinal balance. If you did my yoga class that I just posted on Monday, we did a lot of spinal balances, but I'm going to show you a Pilates variation off of this that makes it work the core more. Hook the ankles, rock, roll up. I'm going to face in towards you for this one. We're going to start with 4 normal spinal balances. And I need to walk out a little bit more so I don't kick my wall. Have one heel out behind you, opposite arm is forward and lower down. Imagine this, if you had a little golf ball on your low back, I wouldn't want it to roll off. You want to keep the back very solid. Next time you come out in your spinal balance, please hold. Hold the foot flexed, hold the palm down. You're going to draw your belly in like you're wearing a corset, keeping your torso, your spine still. Reach the arm and leg out diagonally. Come center and down. You should have felt that in your obliques and in your low back. Reaching out, but not bad in the low back, not like pain. You should feel muscular effort. We're going to do 4 more. Reaching out, opening. Now make sure your nose isn't following your arm. You want to keep your spine and neck straight. Reaching out, just the arm and leg. 1 more each side. Wrap the belly. Pull it in. 1 more time. And rest in child's pose. In Pilates, we call child's pose prayer pose. Take 1 more breath. And roll on up. So this has been a little rundown of my personal 5 favorite Pilates postures that I like to teach in my classes or practice on my own. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. I will hopefully see you again Friday. We're going to do a little upper body / cardio workout, and be safe till then. Thank you.